Alright, what is up, my Inori goons? Back at it again. Jungle tier list, patch 13.15. This is the new patch, just came out. This is fresher than your grocery store's market right here. And what we got here is a jungle tier list of the best of the best of the best. And let's just get right into it. This one is I'm going to go in detail with every champion, really talk about them. Actually, there's a lot of champions, but most champions I'll cover. And I'm going to be at the top of the list, S+, no Z shit. I don't like it. It makes no sense, Z tier. I just think S is the highest tier, and then you add a plus, so that's S plus. Bottom tier, we have the F and the D's. F is just terrible. You shouldn't really be picking it. And yeah, let's get started right away. Rek'sai the queen, the one and only. If you watch my stream, if you watch my videos, you know I'm in love with the queen, and I think she is still the best jungler after the nerfs. I think people might be a little upset about the nerfs, but I don't think they affected her that much. If you really put the time into Rek'Sai, she's still extremely broken. So a great pick overall. Check out my video. I just got GM 250 LP with the 90% win rate playing Rek'Sai. So you know that shit is just fantastic. And next, we have the bug, the one and only, the one who's just constantly in the top tierness, abusing Duskblade like every other assassin in the game right now, abusing that stupid item that hasn't really been nerfed. It's Kha'Zix. So Kha'Zix's still really good, really strong. He's difficult to win on, but surprisingly, he still wins a lot more games than you would think. I think he's a great pick, still super strong. Q evolution into W or Q into E with Duskblade into Edge of Night into Grudge is the go-to build. But like a really good pick. Her and Rek'Sai I find to be the best, and that's what I've been using to climb recently. Next, we have Nidalee. So Nidalee, I don't really see in my games, nor do I like Nidalee, but the buffs have been really broken on her. And as an AP jungle, she's just very, very powerful. So like if you play Nidalee, you're going to be probably not winning as much as you think, but her win rate just screams OPness, so I can't really say no to it. And also, if you're actually one tricking Nidalee, then you're probably doing pretty well. But for people who want to pick her up, I recommend no. I don't want to see that. You're gonna miss spears left and right. That's something I'm not really interested in. Plus, she's probably gonna get nerfed afterwards because that's Riot's plan to try to get her to be picked more. And moving on to the S categories, these junglers, I think, based off like looking at stats and just overall good champions, these are your two relatively overperforming AP junglers. You have Evelynn and then you have Fiddlesticks. Straightforward, I've been recommending Fiddle. It looks like he's been under the radar for the whole season. People don't really nerf him. And, you know, I just recommend for a champion pool, something like Rek'Sai and Fiddlesticks are a great champion pool to have, right? So I think really low elo and high elo Fiddlesticks is a great AP jungle to play. It's not that difficult. It just takes some time to understand how you want to like full clear and ulti position to kill. Evelynn is more of like one trick. She is overperforming. I think they should nerf her. I don't like playing against Evelynn. It's just really annoying. Her camouflage is just so fast. It just very much like her power level is just so broken. So I personally would like Riot to nerf her. And I don't have any more thoughts. She's a one trick jungler unless you plan on one tricking. She's also not good low elo. You're not gonna have a good time playing her. Kindred. So Kindred's been like, I permaban Kindred. I hate her. I wish Riot nerfed her harder. I would take a Rek'Sai nerf just to see Kindred get nerfed as well. Like, I despise this champion. She's just too strong early game still. Really oppressive. She gets advantages. Her build path is still pretty broken. I would like Riot to nerf Kindred. And yeah, if you play her right now, you're still abusing her, then she's doing pretty well. So nothing else to say about her. She's a great jungler to pick up. Though I foresee her getting nerfed in the future. Kayn. So Kayn, he's been like rising up. This is what I've been saying. Like as junglers get nerfed, lower tier junglers start to like scurry their way up to, you know, relevancy and stuff like that. So Kayn has actually been performing pretty well. Red or blue, Duskblade abusing as usual. Any of these champions all abusing Duskblade, most broken item in the game. But Kayn has been doing really well. So if you're a Kayn player, you should be really happy with this. And yeah, just keep playing Kayn. It's going pretty well. So now the A tier categories. The A tier, there's some new faces here. Hecarim, Dante just got challenger playing mostly Hecarim. Hecarim looks okay. Personally, I like the spear build with like mirror mana and stuff, but Duskblade with spear as well looks really strong. I think Hecarim can be good. I think low elo is not that good. I recommend people to play Hecarim like plat and up is better to play Hecarim, but he is an okay pick. I don't recommend him that much. I think you have to understand how to full clear gank well and mechanic abuse phase rush. If you don't do that, then it can be difficult to play him. Taliyah, my queen, my AP jungle go-to, is actually really good now. I think as people play her more and get better at her, we're gonna see a lot more Talia. I think her clear is actually quite nice now, and she feels really good. And especially with like Luden Sork boots build, I personally really like Talia. I think if you like Talia, you're gonna have a good time playing her. You can also watch my videos to learn more about Talia as well. I'm gonna make a lot more. And I've been a big fan of Talia. I think she's a great jungler and she's a great AP jungle in the current meta. Shaco, he got buffs, looks really good. His builds seem pretty strong right now, so Shaco looks like he's in a good spot, so you should definitely be able to climb. Nocturne's my go-to recommendation. He's still very powerful. Either you go Stridebreaker into like Cleaver, or you go like the Eclipse build path. Both very good. And Nocturne just really so good low. I always recommend low to have Nocturne in your pool because it's just gonna make you climb so well, and like it's just insane how strong Nocturne is. Ivern finally got nerfed, and he's actually just okay now. He might be worse too, but I don't have a problem with Ivern now. He's actually a really hard matchup for Rek'sai, but after the nerfs, he doesn't seem as oppressive because his shielding isn't like 2 million. So that's good. Ivern's gone from the table. And Jarvan's a good champ. Agron has been playing Jarvan a lot. You know, it's hard to play the same way Agron plays. Like, he's like a reactive jungler, so it can be difficult to kind of incorporate that playstyle. But Jarvan's a good build. I personally like Sparix, and to like with the gargoyle kind of build path, I think Sparix is really good on him, and I think he's a really good jungler if you want to play more aggressive, play to kind of like EQ a lot and ulti like the backline. That could be a really good playstyle for you. Graves is looking pretty good. I think with lethality build, Graves is pretty scary. Same thing, abusing Dustblade is actually very powerful. I think a lot of these champions have just been abusing Dustblade, so I don't really like what's been going on. I want to see Riot nerf Dustblade and buff Ghostblade, but either way, Dustblade's been overperforming. And Graves is just a really good champion like that. I think if Kindred gets nerfed, we'll see more Graves, but right now he's like B and A tier category, so he's good if you one trick him. Very bad low, but he's okay if you one trick him. The B tier. So the B tier is pretty generic. I'm just gonna cover a couple other Master Yi. I haven't really went over the last tier list. I forgot him. So Master Yi, how I feel about him. He's not as good as last season. Rageblade is not the same as like what it was before. I think he's harder to win on. You have to be very more like, you just have to be more. It's more for scaling now. He doesn't spike as hard early. Once you get tankier though, you can actually start to deal a lot more damage. So I think Mastery is much better later as you get items. So if you're really proficient on him, you can make it work. Amumu's still super good low picks. I recommend a lot of people to pick up Amumu. Really good for climbing. Diana got buffed recently. I think she's in an okay spot. Protobelt with Nashers, stuff like that. I really like that build path. I think she's very strong as an AP source now. You can make it work pretty well. Karth is still super good AP source if you just want to go for that one shot combo. Nunu, we didn't really go over before. Nunu especially, I think he's okay. He's just like, he does a good job if you're like proficient, let's use that word again, on him. He's a very weird champion. I think his mechanics don't really carry on. So if you play Nunu, a lot of times you end up one tricking, but he's a decent pick if you just kind of want to mess around and be a good like tanky champion, but also a good frontline damage carry champion. So a very good option. Belle as well. I think Belle's actually very good low. She too kind of got nerfed because Kraken got nerfed, and Rageblade as well. So she suffers from there, but she's still a really good low pick, and I recommend for a lot of people to pick her low. And C tier, overall these picks are just like generic, good, average. Talon is a one-trick jungler, so it's hard to make him work. The rest of them are just really okay picks. I don't have much to say about them. D tier is like you're starting to get weaker. And one pick you're probably surprised about, I wanted to touch on Rengar. So Rengar didn't necessarily get nerfed. I don't know what's happening, but when I look at stats, it looks like Rengar just, his win rate is just trash. What I think is might be a bug with Dustblade not really interacting correctly with his abilities, but I'm not exactly sure. But Rengar's win rate is just telling me he's really trash right now, and I can't really tell because I don't really see Rengar in my games yet. But it's supposedly Rengar is actually very bad right now, so that's the surprise for me. But reading stats, that's what it tells me. So yeah, Rengar not the best pick. If you play him, you're probably going to suffer from that. And for the F tier, I mean, what can I say? Nefari, they said they're going to buff her, but they pull back on the buff. If she gets clear speed buffs, I swear she's going to be really OP. probably like A tier if they buff her clear speed, like the buffs they had for her wolves to deal more damage. That would actually put her in A tier. Until then, she's not good. They refuse to buff her because they want to try to balance her for mid lane before they buff her for jungle, which is unfortunate. Either way, we're gonna have a new jungler in the next match, so this should be good. But overall, not bad. The rest of these picks are pretty trash. Zyra jungle doesn't really work, unfortunately. She just doesn't have the ratios to carry as like an AP jungle, so she just kind of suffers from that. So I felt like Zyra was close to being good. Her clear speed's really good, but she just doesn't do enough damage to one shot in her combo, and that just ruins any potential to play this champion. So unfortunate there. The rest are just whatever. Hope you guys had a good time watching. That was my jungle tier list. I try to go more in detail this time. And yeah, good luck in your climb, good luck in your games. Watch my stream, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment if you want to know more. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.